Hello, my name is John Joseph Kehoe, and I'm from Norwich, New York, and I am a victim of the United States, a classified secret testing, human experimentation. And in 2011, I had contacted some family, extended family members, a cousin and an aunt, and I told them what had happened to them. But with my cousin, my aunt was 90 years old. With my cousin in Maine, I didn't even get to follow up a conversation with her because uh, there was a knock on my door on February 2nd, and it was the Binghamton Broome County Sheriffs. And they had put people next door to me making a lot of noise outside my door. And the sheriff said, "Is there anything wrong these days?" I said, "The people next door, I mean, when they're coming and going, they're loud outside my door." Well, they said, "We think you're a threat. We heard that you're a threat, and we have to take you in." And because I said people speak, there's noises outside my door of voices, they said, they put on the police report, hearing voices, and that they substantiated their reason for putting me into a psych ward. And they had it on the paper that I saw in the psych ward in Binghamton General before I went to the Psychiatric Hospital of GBHC. It said that I had made death threats to kill my family and Senator Gillibrand. In 2009 and 10, I was making telephone calls to Gillibrand and Hinchy's office in Syracuse and Binghamton, telling them, making references to Sonoma University U.S. Report, U.S. weapons, electromagnetic weapons and human rights, as well as World Organization Against Torture statement that emerging weapons technology should not be tested on human beings and without their consent. And the day that there was a knock on the door, I did a follow-up call asking for the woman who had actually looked at my blog on 11 Arthur Street and the conditions in that forced rental from 2007 all the way to 2010 June. Anyway, they locked me in this place, and they used my sister to lure me down to San Antonio after I was medically abused and locked unlawfully in Greater Binghamton Health Center, a psychiatric center. And the whole gist of getting me down to San Antonio was to trap me in a leased apartment and have my family, my sister and her 5 grown kids and their family, ignore me. And the only person I communicate with is my sister on Facebook. I had nothing down there except like 2 or 3 pairs of pants, 2 or 3 shirts, and 2 books. And they put a computer in there, and they were trying to get me to get my storage unit into that apartment from Binghamton or Norwich. And luckily, I just had very little, and I broke the lease after 3 months. What they were using sexual degrading themes on the internet and electrocution of my lower extremities severely, and they used the office of the whole staff of the housing apartment complex I was in was utilized as for harassment, the sexual humiliation, and they would cut my hair and do other sorts of scripted harassment at area businesses. Now, what they were doing is trying to break me down, and they they were scripting my sister to behave in manners that it was just obvious to me, and it was supposed to be obvious to me, that I was duped. I broke the lease and left after 3 months, but they thought that the woman in my sister was basically set up to be the target of a retaliation that they would hope they could induce in me after they psychologically broke me down with all this harassment and energy electrocution to my legs. And that is a fact. and they were trying. That is just a a model of something they did in Binghamton and tried to do in Binghamton in using certain models. Okay, one being the Broome County Library and the housing. Another trying to get me into Tranquil Bistro to live up above. They did that. My word against anybody's, and I don't lie. Thank you. Bye.